Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence.
Right now on HHS In Depth, as we resume school for second semester, reporter Ashton Hackman recently sat down with Principal Dr. Ginder to hear about his expectations for this semester.
Juniors will learn of next week's before school meeting for those wanting to take part in the internship program next school year and a report by Mackenzie Blitz.
Those stories and more, plus a look back at the past few weeks of sports and a profile over this week's Team of the Week in the Locker Report.
HHS In Depth starts right now.
Welcome back to a new semester. We hope you had a great winter break. Hello everyone, I'm Andres Sentlever.
And I'm Easton Hensley. Reporter Ashton Hackman recently sat down with Dr. Ginder.
You'll hear what he is excited about for this semester and how to maintain academic success.
With the new year brings the transition into the second half of the school year. Principal Dr. Ginder is excited for the accomplishments and progress that will be made by students this semester.
I think what's exciting about the second semester is coming back to school fresh. We've had 16 or 17 days off. Your teachers have had 16 and you guys have had 17. And a lot of you have this opportunity to create yourself a new way of doing things. And so that excites me. Because remember, we're here to learn. And some of the things that we hopefully have learned from first semester is how to do things better. So if you didn't do well, find a new way to produce. And if you did well, keep at it.
The second semester brings a fresh start for students, as well as the opportunity to gain better time management when dealing with assignments.
I think I would go back to our snow days last year when we had 4 in a row. Student comments overwhelmingly talked about what they learned during that 4 days was how to use their time wisely, that they actually got better at taking care of business on E-days because they learned to be more efficient. That's what made our E-Day successful last year, was students learned how to use their time wisely. It wasn't that we got all that much smarter, it's just that we started to understand how to learn better under those situations. Well, the same thing's true on a day-to-day. We can all be better learners every day.
In addition to a fresh start academically, the new semester brings a new sports season, with many Homestead sports teams competing in the height of their season.
Yeah, by the time we come back to school and we've had this break for Christmas, our teams have been playing. We've competed, we've swam, we've wrestled, we've played basketball, gymnastics is heating up. So get out there and support your peers. There's nothing better than watching students that you go to school with perform and compete and do well. And our students are going to do that, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Welcome back and good luck on the rest of the semester. For HHS In Depth, I'm Ashton Ackman.
Many Homestead students have increased their SAT and ACT scores by taking the SAT-ACT prep class, which will begin a new session on Tuesday, January 21st for math and Wednesday, January 22nd for verbal. Classes run for 6 weeks from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. You can sign up for one or both sessions. You will also receive the College Board SAT book with your registration. Simply go to www.teachthemlive.com to sign up. A new option exists for the math-only section. You can now join the live class from home by choosing the online version while signing up.
Poetry Out Loud participants, today's the final day to sign up with your 2 poems for this year's competition. See the Canvas message Mr. Beer sent earlier this week, or check the Announcements tab in a Poetry Out Loud Canvas course. This year's competition will be held in room 206 after school, starting at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, January 15th. See your email, Mr. Beer, with any questions.
Girls interested in track and field need to attend a mandatory organizational meeting on Tuesday, January 14th in room 420 at 2:50 p.m. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Tiernan or Mrs. Wiss prior to the meeting.
Is your 18th birthday before November 3rd? If so, you can register to vote in Mrs. Smith's room, room 614, today after school. Homestead Young Progressives will be meeting to discuss politics and to register voters regardless of political affiliation.
Any male who is not in a winter sport, there is a boys track call-out meeting on Wednesday, January 15th in the cafeteria after school at 2:50 p.m. If you are in a winter sport or have a scheduling conflict on Wednesday, email Coach Livensbarger prior to the meeting.
And now here's the after-school club schedule for meetings taking place over the next week. Dungeons & Dragons Club will meet today after school in the Cafe Annex. Get out to the Environmental Club's first meeting of the semester on Monday in Mrs. Merkling's room, room 206 at 2:45. Audio aficionados will be meeting on Mondays for the second semester, with the first meeting of the year taking place on Monday, January 13th after school in room 600B.
Continuing on, the Improv and Drama Club will meet on Monday, January 13th in room 904 from 2:45 to 3:30. The Biomedical Science Club will meet next Wednesday, January 15th in room 215 from 2:45 to 3:30 with guest speaker Jim Rushmeyer, who manages the radiology department at Lutheran Hospital. And finally, Spartan Gamers Club will meet after school next Wednesday in room 516.
And now here's a story over next week's before-school meeting that juniors can't miss if they plan on enrolling in the internship program next school year. Here's reporter Mackenzie Butz.
The internship program here at Homestead is an opportunity for students to venture beyond the school grounds and explore a career they're interested in for their future.
The internship program is one of our many awesome programs that we have here at Homestead that a lot of schools don't have. The internship program is designed to show students a snapshot or an upfront, in-your-face view of a career that they're interested in. We have interns at law firms, hospitals, every hospital in Fort Wayne. We have some at Sweet Aviation even. So there's interns all over Fort Wayne. A lot of the employers enjoy having high school interns, especially from Homestead, just because of how well they perform while they're at the job.
This program is a great way for students to explore their career choice with hands-on experience and decide if they want to continue that profession throughout college and into adulthood.
It allows you to say, yes, this is definitely what I want to do with my life. But also, too, another success of the program is that if you get into, let's say, the medical field or whatever field you're interested in, and you think that that's what you want to do, and then you intern there, you realize maybe that, this isn't for me. And so that's a success, too, because you save a lot of time and money going to college for something that you'll end up not doing in the long run.
Due to the popularity of the program, spots are limited. If you are a current junior and are at all interested in participating, you must attend the informational meeting next Friday, January 17th at 7:15 in the community room. This meeting will cover general information for next year's interns as well as filling out the application for your intern of choice. Failure to attend this meeting results in ineligibility to participate in the program. Feel free to contact Mr. Rogers with any questions or concerns. For HHS In Depth, I'm Mackenzie Butz.
When we come back, you'll get caught up with the scores for our basketball teams over winter break and a look at the busy weekend for Spartan Athletics.
Plus, you'll meet this week's Team of the Week. The Locker Report is next.
Tonight, it's time for another SAC doubleheader. After defeating Southside in the holiday tournament, the Lady Spartans are face-to-face yet again with the Lady Archers. And after a loss on the road last week, Coach Chris Johnson and the Spartans are hoping to bounce back with a conference game victory. It's the Southside Archers versus your Homestead Spartans. The girls' game at 6 and boys to follow. Live on the Point 91 FM and updates on the Locker Report Twitter page.
You're watching The Locker Report with Sports Director Ashton Hackman and Sports Reporter Caleb Wood. Your source for Spartan Athletics.
It may have been winter break, but Homestead Athletics surely did not calm down. We have lots of basketball game results to get to, but first up today is the first team profile for the winter sports season. The Homestead Girls Swim and Dive team is this week's Team of the Week.
The Homestead Girls Swim and Dive team is making a splash this season, hoping to continue the success seen in previous years.
So far, the season's gone really well. We are getting to the point in the season when we're working out just seeing how well our hard work is paying off. So far it's going super well.
Training's been pretty strong across the board, and the few meets that we've had have gone pretty well. So far so good.
As it continues to get later in the season, postseason success has become a major goal for the entire team.
Team goal, I would really love to win sectionals this year, and then honestly, state runner-up is definitely definitely a goal of ours.
Just become a lot closer as a team because we know that will help us in the long run when we get to the more important meets.
To continue to improve, have a positive experience, a positive environment across the board. I mean, girls have won the sectional meet 2 years in a row now, so I'm sure that's on the list, and we've been really successful at the state meet as well, so I'm sure they've got some goals for down there too.
Along with postseason strives, many athletes have their own personal goals as well.
Yeah, I would love to be top 8 at state in both the 200 freestyle and 100 fly, and I would like to set a new record in both of those, or a school record in both of those events as well.
To get top 8 at state in 100 back and also get the high school record in 100 back too.
Individually, I'd like to go under 25 seconds in the 50 free and hopefully place top 8 at sectionals in the 100 back.
You can catch the girls in action alongside the boys team in a home meet tomorrow morning. Since joining the SAC in 2015, no other co-ed program has been as dominating as Homestead, especially in the holiday tournament. Sports reporter Caleb Wood joins us with the recap of the exciting SAC tourney out on Winchester Road. Caleb.
Thanks, Ashton. Over the holidays, both boys and girls basketball teams competed in the SAC tournament out at Wayne High School. First, taking a look at the boys team, they faced Bishop Luers in round 1, starting off close but pulling away in the end to win 68-57. Luke Goody came in with 23 points for the Spartans, and Grant Simmons just behind with 21 points. The next day, they played against the Snyder Panthers. The boys were ahead at the half but ended up coming short, just 2 points shy, but not without putting up a great fight. Zach Kruger led Homestead with 26 points for the game. And now for the girls basketball team. In round 1 playing Snyder, the girls dominated the game, winning 96-24. Sydney Graber led with 23 points, followed by Ayana Patterson with 16, and Allison Steffens with 14 points. They advance on to play Bishop Luers in the next round. Up by 2 at the half, they managed to pull away from Luers, winning 44-38, and move on to the championship game against the Southside Archers. Starting with Sullivan to Patterson for the layup, who put a total of 17 points on the night. Then Grace Sullivan with a 3, who would total 8 points for the Spartans. Sydney Graber coming in with a layup as the Spartans are up 22-17 at halftime. They continued to play well throughout the second half and ultimately won the SAC championship over Southside 52-43. The girls basketball team celebrated their second SAC championship since joining the conference back in 2015. These were not the only games played over the holidays, and here's Ashton Hackman with the recap of the doubleheader last weekend.
All right, thank you, Caleb. And both Homestead teams were in action at North Central High School last Friday. First up were the Lady Spartans, and with such a long road trip, you know it'll be a tough matchup. That didn't affect Riley Parker, though. She drains the 3 from the left corner. And the Lady Spartans didn't slow down. Parker once again on the right wing, draining the 3. She'd have an amazing night. Here she is again, nothing but net. The future Macedon would have 6 threes just in the first half. Graber also had a good night herself. She'd put up 11 on the night as Homestead would pull away with this one, 62-50, the final.
You know, they just came to battle. We told them from the beginning it was going to be a battle. They came out, they executed on offense and on defense. They just locked up. We knew who their key players were, and they locked up on defense. It was a great game.
You know, we really had to lock down on a lot of their good defenders, and I think we did a really good job. We knew that we needed to rebound and not give them any second-point shots, and we also knew that we had to be ready every possession, and we couldn't give them any easy shots, and I think my team did a really good job at that.
You know, it feels really good. This is really our first Indy competition, and the competition in Indy is really tough, and you know, it's a big league here. So the fact that we came out here, knocked down our shots, worked hard, and we really locked down tonight and played as a team, it just means a lot, and it shows just so much growth for our team.
On the boys' side, it was a much closer matchup. Jake Archbold drains a deep 2, putting Homestead on the board, and then Grant Simmons on the outside corner for 3, and he'd keep shining in the first half with another 3 from the left wing. It'd be tied at the half. Goody with the 3, but it wouldn't be enough. 74-62, the final. The football season may be over, but the sounds of the undefeated SAC season still rings on. Even though the victory bell was delivered to Homestead last October, the team is finally able to say it has a home. Over the break, with the help of Homestead maintenance crew, the bell was washed and decorated in Spartan blue and gold. You can catch the bell in action at all home football games next season. And both Homestead teams are in action in another SAC doubleheader. The Spartans are traveling to Southside High School to face the Archers. The girls' game begins at 6 and boys are to follow. If you can't make it to the game, you can always tune in on Point 91 FM. Once again, that's 6 p.m. at Southside. The boys have tomorrow off, but the girls face Lawrence North at home. Game time is at 2:30 right here at Homestead. Before that, though, the Homestead gymnastics team is in action at home as well. That begins at 10 a.m. right here at Homestead. And the wrestling team is in action bright and early on Saturday as well. The team is traveling to New Haven High School. That begins at 8:30 a.m. And the Homestead swim and dive teams will be in action over at the Sax Natatorium at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Be sure to follow us on social media for all the latest Homestead athletics content you won't find anywhere else. That'll do it for this first locker report of the semester. Now here's Drew with the forecast.
And now, your weekend weather forecast with weatherman Drew Persinger.
Hey, this is the Drew Point. We've got a mild weekend ahead of us with temperatures in the 50s and a chance of some rain and snow. Let's go take a look at your forecast.
Tonight it's going to be rainy with a high of 52 and a low of 45. On Saturday we're looking at a mix of rain and snow with a high of 44 and a low of 25. Things cool down on Sunday with a high of 30 and a low of 27.
There you have it, Homestead. That's your forecast for this week. I'll be back again next week with another forecast. I'm Drew Persinger. Back to you, Easton and Andre.
And that will do it for this edition of HHS In Depth. I'm Andre Sentliver.
And I'm Easton Hensley. Thank you for watching today, and be sure to follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes looks at the show.
You can also watch past episodes on YouTube at Homestead High School Media.
For all of us here at HHS In Depth, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next week.